Notice, Anysins is completely inspired by the channel CinemaSins and their series Everything Wrong With. Anysins would have never been birthed without them.
I want to become a member of the Scouts and slaughter every Titan that crosses my path.
Oh goody, opening up with Edgin, are we? Opening 2 is not opening 1. You see, I'm a simple man. I see tits, I take off a sin. Armin opens his eyes perfectly fine, even though there's blood all over his face. Also, CG 3D maneuver gear is awful.
Hey, you think it's true? There's a Titan fighting on our side now?
When did you start believing everything you heard?
I don't know, probably when one of the highest ranking commanders literally informed thousands of troops.
Finally, humanity has a savior!
Yes, it's true, humanity finally has a savior, and he's in a jail cell.
We just coincidentally bumped into one another while out for a morning stroll.
Oh, seriously? I mean, for me personally, my morning strolls don't occur on 50-meter walls. Well, actually, I just don't take morning strolls. Walking away while waving cliché.
Good luck, Commander.
A debate over Eren? What for?
Please tell me what you think it would be about. His Titan transformation or about his fucking shirt? Mikasa triggering face.
I gotta pee.
No, you just went.
Beauregard is a dick to people with small bladders.
Then can I have some water?
Hey,
Also, Eren, who wanted to go to the bathroom, just asked for more water.
just hang on a little longer, Eren.
But how long? And why so long? It seems to me that a human shapeshifter would be on top of everyone's to-do list. The woman attacking the cell like that is physically not possible. We have a clear view of the side of the cell and she didn't pass there at all.
Oh, don't mind him. He makes a habit of giving new people a thorough sniff.
Yeah, definitely. Don't mind me either. I just make a habit out of touching the toes of all people I come across. Just let me take off your socks right quick.
On your knees, now.
Eren clearly isn't on his knees.
All right, shall we begin?
Also, they brought poor John Swayze into this, didn't they?
Unacceptable! This verminous fiend has defiled the mighty wall heaven.
Another deranged wall cultist.
What the shit? Now they have Walhova's witnesses? Oh, I'm so grateful to this desk that allows me to edit. Anyone who takes their desk's wood in vain must be purged!
The Wall and Trust District has been completely sealed, is that correct?
Yes. I doubt its gate will ever open again.
You know, unless the Voldemort of Football Titans show up again, but that's beside the point.
From there, we'll make for Shiganshina. A new route can be established as we proceed.
But that's ridiculous! Our time and money would be better spent sealing up all the gates!
How does this operation use any more money than what's already going to be spent? The Scouts are going to exist with or without Eren. They will still be going outside to Wall Maria. So what does Eren being there add to the cost?
Squealing louder won't help your case, pig.
Levi roasting.
And when you say we can't afford, do you speak for anyone other than your fat merchant friends?
But seriously, as a commander of the Scouts, Levi is acting completely unprofessional right now.
It's that cult's fault. They're the ones who delayed the garrison's arming of the walls.
That shows you the sick amount of support and power they've got.
How does a cult that literally praises a wall have any power? Excuse me, sir, but what are you doing? Clearly licking the pole of this lamp to praise it for giving me light, you uncultured heathen! Ah, I see. Want to have a mass amount of power in our government?
How dare you!
Fat Judge Dude doesn't have one of those hammery things that I like.
It seems you made an attempt to crush Mikasa Ackerman.
Oh no! You threw a wrong punch into power you found out you literally had that same day! I guess we'll forget about the hole in the wall being closed thing.
He transformed to shield Armin and me from cannon fire. I implore you to take these facts into consideration.
Objection! I have reason to believe that personal feelings play a large part in her testimony.
Regardless of personal feelings or not, that cannon fire example was seen by hundreds of people. There is no counter to that.
Granted, this was done in self-defense. All the same, one cannot help but question the violent nature of the act. Knowing all of this, should we really invest in him? Money, manpower.
Okay, it's incredibly obvious that the show wants you to think, oh hey, literally every military police guy is a douche and the Scouts are awesome.
Just shut up and put all your faith in me! Take aim damn it!
Right, yes.
Oh no, he's screaming! You know, human titan hybrids have the power to kill just by speaking above average speaking levels. So take aim and kill him without the judge's consent. The judge, who has stated that the choice of Eren living or dying would be made by him, is clearly okay with the fact that the military police attempted to murder him and Levi's 60-second beating.
Neat, huh?
You picked it up? How disgusting.
This is a precious sample, I'll have you know.
Crazy female scientist cliche.
Your tooth. It grew back.
Human titan hybrid powers include super strength, limb regeneration, and never having a cavity for the rest of your life.
Fancy, yes, but absurdly impractical.
This guy feels completely miscast. He has such an old-looking face, but such a young voice.
You disgusting swineherd.
Like in the first arc, if someone is important, cover a still frame of them in a bright gradient and tell us things we should know about them instead of actually making us give a shit.
Ozad, 39 kills, 9 assists.
Wait, they keep track of the number of titans they kill? What the fuck? Name and division. Alex, sir. Anison's division. Squad 1. Number of titan kills and assists. Sorry, sir. I wasn't counting. I was too busy trying to not fucking die! Strongest fighter of humanity not only eliminates all surrounding titans, but also 99.9% of germs.
Oh, Eren, try not to look so discouraged.
First of all, you just walked in the room and said he was discouraged without even hesitating to look at him. Second of all, even if you did have the time to look at him before speaking, Eren was facing the window when you walked in.
What's going on?
Sir!
Your cleaning is lamentable. Back upstairs, now.
Even if Eren was cleaning, you were gone for like 45 seconds. What did you expect to change at that time?
It's safe to assume our standing orders will stretch into next week.
They brought poor Vic Managna into this, didn't they?
Gearing up for a big mission a month from now.
Her naming scheme is so weird.
Yeah. What did she end up going with last time?
It was Chikatilo and Albert.
I'll have you know I intend on naming my first child, male or female, Chikatilo. Assholes.
2 in particular perished of decapitation when we accidentally struck the soft spot.
How do you accidentally hit the soft spot of a titan? Don't you need to do it with enough force to mean to kill it? Also, it's ridiculous how crazy they're making the crazy female scientist cliche go. Haha, she's crazy and funny at the same time. Kids love that personality, right?
When I first became a
This is Eren's I'm a good listener pose.
We need a fresh strategy, one guided by knowledge, a whole new way of looking at the enemy.
Yes, a whole new way of looking at the enemy. Not, I'm gonna turn from someone who hates titans to a bitch who should probably be put in a mental hospital. You could still be smart about looking at titans without being a complete psychopath. Chained down or not, there are 2 titans in your walls and there is not 1 Survey Corps member on them.
Someone's gone stark raving mad, haven't they?
Levi Squad lady, whose name I already forgot, is addicted to Levi Squad dude who is correct about Hanji being crazy.
This is a matter for the military police.
And yet you still followed Hanji here like looking at the titan skeletons would help you in some way.
Who do you think the real enemy is here?
Oh, here we go, the start of the whole, it's a conspiracy! Humans were the aggressors all along! Which I'm not saying isn't a possibility, but it's just generic plot twist number 1. And for the record, the humans are at fault in this situation, not because they killed the titans, but because they killed test subjects that could have furthered knowledge for mankind. Also, I'm giving another 20 sins because Levi and Erwin are both at this titan funeral, which Levi said himself that he had no reason to be there, yet none of them are ever fucking around when walls are falling and titans are breaking in.
We have to fight. I know that's the right thing to do. But
Gene continues his trademark of sitting down and contemplating about life for another 23 fucking minutes. On Titan.
Promise me you're not gonna take
That person comes back telepathically and tells survivors that everything will be okay cliche.
I'm gonna join the Scouts!
I don't care that Gene is crying, because I don't care about Marco. And I don't care about anyone else because all they do is sit and contemplate all day. There is no substance. Also, this just showed to be a flashback within a flashback. I didn't see any horse riding lessons in the military.
Intel suggests that the cellar of Jaeger's home in Shiganshina holds a vital secret regarding our enemy.
Spoilers, the cellar just contains a shit ton of hentai.
I estimate 1/3 of them will die. After 4 years, most will be dead.
You're not really doing a good job of convincing people, but I guess reverse psychology is the way of the show. Ixis tells everyone to go home and everyone stays. Erwin tells everyone to go home and they go home. Attack on logic.
You joined too?
Marco is dead.
Hey man, what's up? I have breast cancer. Why does everyone act like Marco was such a big fucking deal? He was there for like 4 minutes.
So basically, you can transform into a 14-meter-tall monster at will. But when you do, you don't actually have full control over it?
Yes, a guy who found out he had a power doesn't have it mastered that same day. Who would have fucking thought?
They call it the wings of freedom. So cool.
Main character becomes the person he looked up to and inspires other people cliche. 81-second recaps are always fun. We just get into the action, only to go back to flashbacks of more talking. CG horses are very CG. That is not how trees work. The fuck? It's fucking Annie. It's easily Annie. Come on. Blue eyes and short blonde hair? You can't be serious. And you're the smart one?
Nice ass for an abnormal, you gotta admit.
Taking off a sin because Reiner can appreciate a good ass like me.
Wait, what have you done with the real Jean? No offense.
There is a female Titan directly in front of you and you're throwing jokes about how Jean has changed? And you expect me to believe he's not Football Titan? You go one fucking episode without a 120-second recap of them leaving the walls? Armin is a representation of me right now.
They've got 2 horses in tow. Huh?
Krista, convenience is convenient.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Poor thing. He ran to me like the devil was on his tail.
Also glad to see Krista had time to tie up Jean's horse.
She's an angel. A goddess.
You're in the middle of nowhere, almost died from a powerful unknown enemy, and that enemy is heading towards your only hope to rebuild your walls as we speak. I don't think this is the time to get a boner. Tilting head to dodge bullet cliche.
Are we on a sightseeing tour now or what? How much further they want us to stray off course?
Adding another 20 sins because instead of wasting all of these humans and resources to go to the forest, why not go to, you know, the fucking cellar everyone keeps bringing up? I'm watching this with another member of Annie Sins right now and we are literally trying our best to stay awake. Help.
To simply act on an impulse.
First of all, you're speaking to a group of people at a normal tone while on horseback with the Titan's footsteps directly behind you and after just firing an acoustic round. Explain to me how anyone can remotely hear anything that's going on. Secondly, there's a fucking bitch Titan literally right behind you and you're still talking.
You're only permitted to assume Titan form when your life's in extreme peril.
His life is in extreme peril. There is a fucking bitch Titan coming to murder you.
The choice is yours. Trust yourself.
After telling them to keep riding, Levi does a 180 and tells Eren to do what he wants to do. Basically a fuck you to anyone who's still awake. Also, random flashback within this chase scene includes too much fucking talking! They see Eren is struggling to figure things out and are still dying to kill him. These assholes are no better than the military police.
Feast your eyes on this.
A napkin was necessary to wrap that spoon for some reason.
So, what I'm getting out of this is what you pulled wasn't something you did on purpose.
You could have found out it wasn't on purpose if you had said, "Hey Eren, are you doing this on purpose?"
We made a judgment call today and it was wrong.
It took half the episode to figure this shit out. Because biting your thumb is equivalent to almost chopping someone's head off.
We're doomed if we can't trust one another. Just as you are if you can't trust us.
You expect him to trust you after you deliberately showed you have no intention of trusting him at all?
They trust the captain, and he trusts them. That's what this is about. That's why they can all keep moving.
Or they're just idiots. Also, I'm assuming this mission is for the sole purpose of capturing the bitch Titan, judging by this setup. But how could Erwin, or anyone for that matter, know that there would be this Titan specifically chasing after them? Everyone is just finding out this Titan exists. And even if he was trying to bait out this Titan, or any Titan for that matter, what if no Titan showed up and didn't take the bait? Then you just wasted all of this equipment for an operation that basically never started. And since everyone was basically lied to about where Eren was stationed, that means Erwin assumes there is a possibility that one of them are Titans and doesn't want them catching up to Eren too fast. That also brings up the question, how do you know Eren would be the Titan's prime target? Isn't there a possibility it could be Mikasa, the king, Erwin himself, or a lot more likely, the walls again? So you're wasting all of these resources, not for capturing a Titan shapeshifter alive, but just for the mere minuscule possibility that the Titans happens to chase after you and happens to go after Eren specifically. Narration.
Dude, Perhaps I've said too much already. Well, one day when you've reached my level of expertise...
Look, we all get that you like to pretend you're Captain Levi, but that's not how he sounds.
Could have fooled me.
You think the commander was wrong to leave us out of the loop?
What the fuck?
He made a decision. He sacrificed 100 lives for the good of mankind.
He didn't sacrifice Dick. 100 people sacrificed 100 people's lives.
Or why even someone as cagey as Captain Levi can trust him.
Indeed. Live long enough and you'll understand the weight of it.
Live long enough? How old are you guys? I can't imagine not much older than Eren. Stop acting like you fought the Blue-Eyes White Dragon and lived to tell the tale. Aw, it was such a fine ass too.
So she can harden her skin to protect portions of her body. Similar to the one who rushed Wall Maria. The Armored Titan, I believe they called him. Prepare an artillery round. I want her hands blown off.
You just said Bitch Titan has a very similar ability to the Football Titan, and since you can't cut through it, you decide to blow her hands off. Which wouldn't be a bad idea if we didn't see in episode 2 that the Football Titan gets hit directly with a cannon, and he walked through that shit like it was a meatball. Why didn't you lead with this? If you have a scream that can attract more Titans, why not do that the second you're caught?
Have you ever seen me terrified of anything?
Yeah. Literally any time Eren gets a paper cut, you look like your world just ended. Also, ill-timed comedic moment is ill-timed.
What's going on? Damn things pass right by us!
Isn't that a good fucking thing? If they decided to focus on you, they could've just bitten you while you were flying towards them or some shit. Now you can easily cut them from the back. But I guess you're not gonna do that since apparently everyone is a moron in this show. I guess the commander of the Survey Corps is the I'll sit back and watch you guys do all the work kind of commander.
I don't like this. Eren.
Holy shit, you could change all of Mikasa's lines to Eren and she'd still be the same character.
You learn to trust the fellow members of your squad.
Like you assholes have any right to talk about trust? You were about to cut his head off before considering any logical possibilities, even going against Captain Levi's orders, who you apparently trust oh so much, during the last episode. And not to mention, you dickheads don't know the difference between trust and peer pressure. Trust is when two people learn about each other and let the other find it in their heart to believe in you. Peer pressure is being heavily influenced to do something instead of doing it out of one's own volition. Like Levi's squad Bitch and Dick over here. They talk about trust a lot, but what they're honestly saying is, hey Eren, shut the fuck up and just do as you're told. We'll disguise our asshole personalities through thumb biting and brief lectures of what it means to trust your comrades. So just listen to everything we say while we use the trust card and we shouldn't have any problems. Spider-Manning like this is literally impossible unless your gear was on backwards. Oh wait, never mind. It'd still be impossible, because you can't fucking see! Also, everyone apparently got mile-long cables and can now fly like it's Dragon Ball Z.
Shut your hole! So did it like break
Oh, I guess this is the yay, we did one mission together and now we're family scene. I guess Annie managed to find a perfectly undamaged, not totally soaked in blood survey cloak somewhere. What the fuck do you mean, what happened? You're literally right behind him! How do you miss someone just Spider-Manning up to a dude's cable and cutting it right there?
So if we're going home, that means the operation's a success, right?
Yes, Gene, because those troops we saw in episode 1 came home, they definitely succeeded in their mission, right?
And that might mean they've already discovered the female Titan's identity.
I understand Bertholdt not being recognized as the Voldemort Titan. The reason why I figured it out was because of his height, and the show makes the mistake of putting him together with Reiner, who looks exactly like the Football Titan in literally every single shot. But the fact that no one looks at the female Titan and says, wow, that hairstyle and eye color looks similar to a certain cold-hearted person I know, is aggravating as hell.
They must have intended some purpose when they destroyed the front gate. But they never made a move on the inner gate.
You mean Eren's transformation?
That's the most logical conclusion.
Armin states that the Voldemort Titan and Football Titan don't pursue the inner gates for a certain purpose. Then Jean assumes it's because of Eren's Titan ability arising, and Armin states that that's the most logical explanation. But that's not possible because Eren was still 10 at the time and had never transformed into a Titan yet. In fact, he wasn't even given that fluid that dirtbag Dr. Jaeger injected into him. So Eren's Titan ability can't be why they stopped at the inner gates at all. So someone remind me why Armin is the smart one again.
Whoever called off the attack saw Eren transform.
How is this not a clear choice right now? There were only 7 people who saw Eren emerge from the Titan and only 2 of them were female! Mikasa and Annie! Please tell me I'm not the only smart person here!
Have you learned nothing? After all this, you still doubt our skills?
What the fuck? What What do you mean you still doubt our skills? What skills? Eren hasn't seen you fight yet at all. All you guys do is hide behind the number of Titans you've killed and guilting people into trust, which, again, is not how trust fucking works.
They pulled off a coordinated attack without even saying a word. It must be the trust they have in each other as teammates.
Fuck off! Trust doesn't mean shit with an attack! It means that they obviously made a plan beforehand, or have done an attack like this many times before and know the drill. I have a ton of friends I can trust, but it doesn't mean I know what they're thinking 24/7.
Take it by your name!
Where's your trust now? I'm having a hard time finding it. Also, Bitch Titan is able to harden her neck with that crystal power, but still decides to cover it with her hands literally every other time her nape was in jeopardy. Why is he so far from the Bitch Titan? In the previous shot, he was right in front of her. Edge Titan did not ask for Bitch Titan's consent.
It was my choice. And because of that choice, my squad mates are dead.
It was your choice that was heavily influenced by your now dead comrades to not transform. Basically, your comrades brought their deaths upon themselves because they were overconfident assholes that felt, hey, trust us when we force someone to trust us, right? Can't you just bite her right now instead of having a roaring contest? Ejin's sugared face. Also, I'm gonna add one more sin for the amount of awful Ejin voice acting is here. Apparently she needed her left eye to do that. Because talking is apparently essential at this point. Fun fact, it is still impossible to Spider-Man like this. You guys had this OP dude on your team and the Levi squad still chose not to fight her? Why not just have him with the other 20 people wreck her, then you could rip Annie out from the inside and go home? Done! You captured the female Titan. No need for these stupid Spider-Man cannons. Oh. Haha, I get it. You're showing us 5-second clips of the families of the Levi squad to make us feel bad for them. Even though the only thing they shouted was, trust us, Eren. We super strong, duh. You do realize you're hugging a bag full of bodies, right? Wait, how did you get Petra's body? Wasn't her body in the forest after everyone had already retreated? Don't tell me Levi was holding Eren and told Mikasa, hey Mikasa, mind grabbing Petra's corpse for me? And if Levi didn't do that, it just means her body just magically teleported to the rest of the scouts. And even then, wasn't the main argument to not get a body when there are Titans around it? But now you get a body when the bitch Titan was right next to it? Glad to see Levi, or whoever the fuck picked up Petra's body, follows their own rules.
This was Ivan's.
First of all, Levi, if you had their dead friend's insignia, why didn't you just give it to them before they did something completely idiotic like bringing in more Titans? Second of all, how did you even get his insignia? You went to every single corpse and cut it out for every single person?
What is it?
Now that was some deep symbolism.
Awesome! Beat, but they're still ready to go! You gotta be made of nails to ride with these guys. They're on—
Oh my god, the scouts are so cool! Look at that one guy, he's dead! And the other guy, oh, he's dead too. But that other guy, oh fuck, they're all dead.
I received this letter from her somewhat recently.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Regardless if Petra's dead or not, you walk up to him and start discussing a fucking letter the second he gets back from his mission. Seriously? Oh goody. Time for some backstory.
But I find it hard to imagine any actual organization existing within the wall that would attempt to strike. I mean, what possible motive would they have?
Man, aren't you serious? You can be in charge of this.
This commanding officer is a dickhead to a subordinate for asking a legitimately decent question. Oh, I get it. They're still playing on that joke that literally everybody in the military is a lazy asshole. That's so funny.
Wow, that is something! And I thought you were a total buzzkill before!
Random bitch would be great at sending things. Very kind of the random dickhead to hold up the coin at the perfect angle for the troops behind him to see what's going on.
So is this!
To get to that position, Annie would have had to walk past Mr. Bullcut over here, but that's never shown. And even if it was shown, the fact that Commander Cumrag over here didn't notice Annie walk up to him is getting another sin. Yes, great fucking idea. Shoot the idiots in plain sight in front of all the citizens.
But when it comes down to it, I've
just another piece of scum being swept away by the current.
There's a difference between being a murderer and doing what's right. If this asshole wanted to be swept away from the current, he could have gotten the officers' names and reported them to people that aren't in the military police. You know, because apparently every single fucking person in the military police is a condescending douchebag. No one but Annie hears her name being called.
We need time to gather enough evidence to overrun the council's ruling about Aaron.
Also, because the mission was a bust, it's decided that Aaron should die, which makes no sense. The main reason Aaron was going to die was because they were afraid Aaron couldn't be kept under control, and he fulfilled that duty. Failing the mission had nothing to do with Aaron spontaneously turning against humanity or some shit. It was because everybody decided to be an idiot and not send Levi a bitch titan for some reason.
Do I really look like that good of a person to you?
No.
Good is merely a word applied to people who are convenient to our needs in some way. It's purely subjective.
The word good has always been subjective, dickhead. There is no objectively good person in the world. Everyone can have an opinion on a person or thing for whatever reason. Obviously, backing up said opinion is important as well, but long story short, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. What's the point in leaving your gun?
Hopefully they haven't noticed my stand-in yet either.
Where the hell did you get a wig that matched Aaron's hair perfectly? And that definitely isn't hair dye, because Aaron's hair is a lot longer than jeans on the side.
You don't know what it is to be an ordinary girl, crippled with fear. If I didn't know better, I'd say you didn't trust me.
Well, no fucking shit. It's not like you murdered dozens of troops or anything.
Just tell us this is some kind of horrible prank!
It's just a prank, bro. Being cornered and laughing out of nowhere cliche. She could have easily bit her finger in the time that it took those men to tackle her. Why aren't we opening with that?
I believe we've uncovered the female Titan's true identity.
Fucking took you long enough. Also, taking off a sin for a mere 23-second recap.
That ring! She must have known I was lying to her from the very beginning.
I doubt she knew. She probably just put it on for security. After all, she seemed pretty surprised to me.
It only makes sense that the killer would have used the gear they were most familiar with.
The gear they're most familiar with? Aren't they all made the same way? Yeah, some triggers may be stiffer than others or some bullshit like that, but that's not a big enough change that it would stop you from knowing what to do and how to do it.
It wasn't hers. It was Marco's.
Also, giving 30 sins to Armin for keeping this secret for so long. This arc would have honestly never happened if you had just told everyone what happened. You barely know this girl, and yet you sacrificed so many lives because the power of boners is strong.
What's Marco got to do with all this?
Excuse me, I have a better question. Who the fuck is Marco again?
There's the fact that she looks like the female Titan. That's something, isn't it?
Really? Mikasa's the only person who notices this shit?
Do you even hear yourselves? You're talking about Annie.
What are you saying? You're acting like you know everything about this girl. It's a blonde chick you've got a boner for, fine. But holy shit, cut out this act that... Oh yes, I know this person so well.
The world is a cruel place.
Stupid philosophical comment right before going into battle cliche. Annie didn't hurt her fingers for some fucking reason.
No! The hell you will! This is outright treason! I am...
Yada yada yada, all military police are assholes, yada yada yada. Add another sin. Erwin's eyebrows are not pleased.
You have to match your heartlessness to win!
It's not heartlessness because Aaron isn't using his power to be a murderer. There's the difference.
You got it!
Also, Annie, who risked so much to capture Aaron just a few episodes ago, no longer gives a shit about him and goes for Mop Top instead. Seriously, Aaron is right there and he's unguarded. She could still bite, you fucking idiot! Just stab her and be done with it! Why does everyone have to give this same edgy monologue right before doing something?
I swore to kill them all!
Technically, Ejin has to kill himself now to fulfill that promise. Annie doesn't hear Ejin Titan coming up behind her. Meanwhile, she can sense random troops using Spider-Man gear from every angle.
Innocence and obedience are all he asks. Please, not the wall.
Your entire cult or whatever was just murdered right in front of you and all you can think about is the wall?
But determination alone isn't enough to win a fight.
Tell that to almost every shonen ever.
Annie, always so cynical. Like every little thing around you was pointless.
In Annie's defense, almost everything in this show up to this point has been pointless. The show couldn't go a full 5 minutes without cutting to a shot of Mikasa just to say Eren again.
I didn't sign up for this.
This is exactly what you signed up for, you fucking dunce.
Work with them closely. Do whatever is required.
The second the military police asshole gets a job to do, he gets scared and drops his gun. Oh yes, brilliant time for an Annie backstory so the audience can think, maybe she's not so bad even though she murdered hundreds of people.
Every last one.
The engine is so strong. What was that thing Armin said about determination not being enough to defeat Annie?
Now fall.
Wow, Mikasa, you're such a badass! Annie's arm somehow clings to this bridge, even though her fingers were cut off by Mikasa. Eren was stabbed all over the place in episode 24. That means his clothes should have been ripped, but here they look like he just got them from the dry cleaners.
If we can't get any answers out of her, then what was the point of all this?
Well, it is one less Titan that can fuck you up drastically.
Blame isn't going to rebuild my roof.
Holy shit, is everyone a fucking immature prick in this show? Who the hell gives a shit about your roof? You've lost hundreds of citizens over the past 2 days, you dickwad! Giving another 30 sins because of how absolutely idiotic it is to have these stupid wall assholes at a meeting meant for high personnel. What can they provide? Yes, wall cultist asshole. What do you have to say? Don't touch the walls! I see. Brilliant point.
It was all for nothing?
If you captured the Voldemort of Football Titans right now and they shield themselves like Annie did, would it be for nothing? No! You would have a fucking gigantic threat out of the way. It's like every adult in this show has one linear way of thinking. Last episode referencing something from the first episode cliche. Holy shit, what is it with Mikasa and bread? Symbolism! Oh, even the walls are Titans now. Literally fuck off. Holy shit, Mikasa says Eren way too many times. Let's just say it's 100 and call it even.